Here's Koo to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give to Edmonds. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. Ritter from the gun. Got London on a slant. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Robinson on a give right side. And this will be a Falcons first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check white, blue, check pink.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. action. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3. Here's Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Ritter throwing on third down. That one deep for London. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Playing success in this game already. 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Mayfield. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Ritter back to throw. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Ritter. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Ritter from the gun on 3rd down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 33. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Get a look at receiver Chris Godwin as this offense returns for their next drive. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he had it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. This ball complete to Durham. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Ritter. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready?
On play action, here's Ritter. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Ritter to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Ritter. And now another one thrown incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the ground, it's Edmonds. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. They go play action. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here we go.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 34-yard line, here's second and 5.
Ready, go, ready.
Ritter now. This ball down the field for Pitts. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 66 yards. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 24. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Mayfield now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 3rd down.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. On the carry, it's Edmonds. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 98 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Fight 60.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Ritter with it after the play fake. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Ritter will set up to throw it. Short throw to Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Let's go.
Back to the ground with Robinson. There's the stiff arm. And stiff arm number 2. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Bootlegging out here. Ritter. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are able to stretch out their lead. Coup for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So now we're on a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Third and 19. They run with Edmonds. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They run the option on 2nd down. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Mayfield looks to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They begin the drive with Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. And just shedding him off there. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
This 2nd and 4.
Yellow, line.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Ready?
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Falcons, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year. The skid has hit 13 in a row on the season. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.